Today we're going to look at Nigel Benn versus Chris Eubank in the first of their two fights which took place in Birmingham in 1990. This fight is the first fight that I can remember watching live and really got my juices going in terms of my love for boxing. In this fight we're going to focus on Nigel Benn and look at some of his trademark techniques and some of the tools he used to get inside of his opponent. With Chris Eubank trying to control the fight at distance, Nigel Benn has a tough task in trying to get inside the long reach and movement and footwork of Chris Eubank. Benn's head is very active, bobbing around, shoulders dipping, twitching, hands moving, just to try and force some form of reaction from Chris Eubank. In slow motion, you'll notice the fakes cause Chris Eubank to anticipate a hook, drop his height, which in turn sets up the attack from Nigel Benn. Notice the dive bomb technique he uses to land his attack from range, loading into his left side and exploding out with his corkscrew jab. When he finds himself up close, notice his head never stops moving, dipping, bobbing, pulling away, always changing position to make sure it's difficult to hit. As a pressure fighter, it's important for Nigel Benn to hold the centre ground. You notice him always fighting for the centre position because he wants to be able to assert pressure and corner Eubank at every opportunity. Eubank has good footwork. Every time he moves, notice Benn adjusts his position again to try and corner him into the corner of the ring, trying to pen him in, always trying to fight for the centre ground. Again, when Benn attacks, he uses the same dive bomb technique. Although he misses on this occasion, notice the distance he covers and it actually puts him in the pocket and asserts pressure onto Eubank, who has to step back. This is a great example of Nigel Benn slipping, taking his head offline, parrying with his lead hand and stepping into a really powerful, aggressive counter strike. Nigel Benn might not be everybody's cup of tea, but I used to admire his spirit. I used to admire that he was always on the front foot, and I think it's really important to acknowledge some of his skill sets as they were forged to enable him to fight in the style that he fought in. I hope you enjoyed today's On The Canvas. Please like, share, and leave your comments below, and tune in to next week's edition.